Hey guys, MixJC here. No long time no see, and I'm now here to make you a new review for you guys. And this time it's called known series called Neon Genesis Evangelion or NGA or EVA or what you wanna call it. So yeah, so let's get started. And first, I'm going to tell you about a little bit of story. So, Neon Genesis Evangelion basically sets into this year 2025, and there's some strange things happening in the Earth. Uh, there is these alien form creatures called angels appearing in the Earth, and they're basically destroying everything and it's basically big problems there. So yeah, and in other basically way, these angels are no one knows where these angels came from, and basically no one knows nothing basically. So yeah, and in the same time, in uh, far away, the young boy named Shinji Ikari, uh, which is basically he's basically 14 years old, and he walks. He's going to school. He walks on the road, and he basically see this angel, and it's basically making this destroying stuff and all that kind of things, and basically all the phone lines and everything gets cut off because the angel is destroying them, uh, and the lights gone off and that kind of stuff. So yeah, and then Shinji gets to pick it up by later this a woman called Misato Katsuragi. So yeah, and he's basically the lead, not the leader, but the basically he's in charge of the leading in this headquarters called Nerve. And yeah, wonder what is going on with that. So yeah, but he's basically charged over there. I mean, leader of the Nerve, and Shinji basically gets to call from his father that says that he need to come to see him, and they need to talk. And once Shinji goes there with the Misato, Misato says that hey, take it easy. It's you're just only meeting your father in the basically Shinji hasn't seen his father in 6 years. And yeah, I think it was 6 years. So yeah, and when basically they met, they uh, soon meet, and his father is like, yeah, you have to pilot this robot machine called Eva, and it's basically Unit One, and Shinji's like, what? So yeah, it's pretty complex. The story in the Evangelion, it's pretty complex, but the main thing of the story is that the Shinji learns to use Evangelion for this Unit One, and he basically learns to fight these angels. And later they are basically told that his father is basically, well, I would say his father is actually a pretty cold-hearted person, because later it mentioned that basically Shinji's uh, he he was scared that he hurt Shinji's feelings, and that's why basically That's why basically he didn't he left him alone, and wasn't there giving his love for Shinji what he basically need that time. This is one uh, critical reason why Shinji became so basically psychological, uh, and he's got the basically the he's going basically mad in this anime. So yeah, and also it tells that the also it tells that the nerve is basically fighting for the angels, and this organization is actually formed by another organization which is called SEAL, and SEAL is basically they're like uh, the committee, so the people who basically created nerve and uh, were are actually the leading point of the whole nerve, and they basically give commands and orders for nerve to act in tough situations. So yeah, and this mystery SEAL organization is soon to be revealed that they are planning many of the things. It's mentioned that they are talking about this thing called Adam, and there are also mentioned these things called Dead Sea Scrolls, and they mention about the place called Dead Sea, and also they mentioned about this project called Human Instrumentality Project, and yeah, so they have a lot of top secret plans, and basically all the SEAL that are in the organization knows about these plans, but other nerve guys don't know about them. So yeah, and later it's been revealed that the angels were that basically the SEAL foresaw angels coming in the earth for looking these Dead Sea Scrolls that were found in the South Pole place, which basically was resulted in Second Impact, and Second Impact is basically which happened long ago, and it's basically big blast destroying everything with it. So yeah, and well, you can kind of like to guess. You can kind of guess what is basically the main, or also another main point of the series than fighting the angels. So I'm not going to tell you that, but it has definitely something to do with Second Impact, and that was basically the clue I'm going to give you. But yeah, and there are many strange characters in Evangelion. This series is mostly for character development, which is good, but then there's not so much. Basically, at first you get many of the information for the story, but later you don't get at all. So it's basically goes overboard with character development and leaves story behind, which is no good in the series, because it should be maintaining these both things and not going through with the over with the character development. But the one thing that was good in this series was that the music were really enjoyable and emotional and breathtaking in many of the scenes, and without the music, battle scenes wouldn't be so shivering and so awesome. And yeah, and there is also many religion symbolism in this anime, uh, and these symbols really doesn't need to be basically really didn't mean anything, because creator told himself that they are there just to make this show look cooler and more better. So yeah, but basically the some people are now they have basically going on this kind of mindset that these symbols mean something, which is good because now they're trying to give this series even better meaning with the symbols. And I think it's a pretty interesting way to look at the series, inspecting it with basically these symbols. And yeah, and there are many religions points in this series. There is Christian religion, and Buddha, and what else there were? Jewish, and there's many of religion things for this series, and that's why also why it makes so unique concept for creating the whole concept of the Evangelion. So yeah, and well, let's talk about first the a little bit characters. So yeah, I already talked about little about Shinji, but there is many of the and Misato, and but there is many more cool characters than Shinji and Misato. There's basically this hot-temperatured girl named Asuka, or the whole name would be Asuka Langsley Soryu, so something like that. And she's basically a German girl who speaks like both in German, and he also now knows Japanese, because she later came to Japan for help all the Evangelion pilots to fight angels. Also, yeah, there are many other pilots in this series, not only just Shinji and Asuka. But Asuka is the Eva pilot's number 2, so his unit number is 02. And then there is this mysterious girl named Rei Ayanami, and he's basically the first Evangelion pilot. So there's like the overall in this series has basically, I guess, fifth childs, and Shinji is the first children, and Asuka is the second children, and the Rei is the first children. So what this basically means are there are titles for everyone noticing them, that they have something specialty for piloting Evas, and they're basically titles. They don't mean so much of it, but people respect for everyone that are chosen one. And that's also the thing that not everybody is going to get to pilot Eva and these machines. So yeah, these robot machines. So yeah, and only 14 years old are the people that they basically accept for this kind of program. So yeah, and also Asuka is pretty interesting character because well, her personality is like a 4-year-old girl who just dreams and whines about everything, and he just whines like, why Shinji's better than me, and that kind of stuff. And later she has also when it's revealed that her past is actually pretty sad, which is basically why she later was in mental sickness. So he also had psychological problems like Shinji. Basically every character has some kind of psychological problems in this series, because this is psychological anime, and in psychological animes the characters usually are not normal, so there's some problems, and they're thinking a lot of these problems in their head, and yeah, and they all feel the same. They all basically have the same problems to deal with: the loneliness and not wanting to be loved by their parents, and all kind of this stuff. So Evangelion is basically, it's really big series, because there's so much to stuff you get to think with this series. That's why the psychological animes are really good, because you get to more uh, know about the series and the all basic stuff in it, and then you can better uh, give your impression of the anime once have you seen it, and basically analyze all the information you have been giving in this series, and you don't basically need to put this analyze, like you don't basically need to stop analyzing things from this series. You can go back with this series, like 1 month, uh, basically in next month. If you're watching it in one, if you're watching it basically now, then you can go back to it later and still learn some new stuff from it, because it's so big series in, and the concept of it, it's just wonderful. So yeah, and I highly recommend for every sci-fi fan, or every fans that want to get the basically great characters with a lot of interesting things to look at it. The great story, but it's really confusing things. Also, which is really interesting. These psychological animes is that they have pretty complex stories, so it's not going to be easy to understand what is going on in this anime. So that's why you really should you really need to think in these episodes if you want to basically learn the plot of it. But they're going to explain some of the stuff in the end. But I warn you now that the final 2 episodes of Evangelion are not like normal anime closures. It's like ending, but it's something different. I say that it's something different, but yeah. So, and it's more they contains the more aspect of the psychological. So yeah, and that's why basically the series is probably known, because these episodes are different, and also because it's combines into these 2 categories. The one category is mecha, and the other category is the psychological, and basically mix them with the episode. So that's why it's pretty interesting also. And yeah, the music is pretty good in this anime. It's like I mentioned the music, didn't I? Well, yeah, and the animation is actually pretty interesting, because the animation reminded me of the Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z, because the animation is a bit oldish, and the series because the series is made in 1995, and that kind of stuff, and basically the anime, it just feels pretty oldish, but it's still pretty awesome looking, uh, considering that it's sci-fi and psychological anime. So it's pretty awesome art, I have to say. So yeah, I definitely like it, this art style a lot. There is not so much like detailed scenes, but the background art is pretty good, and the ending art, which is basically has this kind of moon and water reflecting over with it. It's pretty interesting, and it basically moves all the time. So yeah. And yeah, what else I have to say about this series for you guys? Well, basically, yeah, I think that's everything I can give you for Evangelion for now. So yeah, thanks for watching this review, and I hope you check out the Evangelion. Or and I'm before I'm ending this, of course, almost almost I forget almost I forgot that I have to give the basically grade for this anime. So Evangelion is going to get 9 out of 10. Now why it's going to get 9 out of 10? Because there's some stuff that is really confusing, and 9 is overall grade for this series, because honestly I don't think it's 10, but it's pretty good series, and it's definitely a unique series compared to other shonen series out there than other genre series out there. That's why it's basically probably the cult series known as today. So yeah. But yeah, that was basically my review of the Evangelion. If you have anything to say about Evangelion, or if you have seen the series, tell me about your opinions about it for the comments down below. And yeah, more content coming soon. Thanks for watching this video. Don't remember to subscribe, like, and also comment for my videos. And thanks for watching this video. Thanks again.